private vehicles or much public transportation, they're forced to rely on private transportation systems, small vans and bus services. Those generally operate on no fixed schedule, and it wastes a lot of time as people wait around waiting for a car to leave. That's a lot of lost opportunity and a lot of frustration, and it's inefficient for the drivers and operators of the system as well. So we are basically just trying to figure out a better way to connect the drivers and operators with customers in real-time information to make it more efficient and less frustrating for everybody. There's a sort of picture of a typical Tro-Trouble system in Ghana and similar systems around the world. And you see up there a quote from the Ghana website itself about it's very difficult to get information and to understand what these systems do and when they do it. And so our solution was to, I'm going to turn this over maybe to John and Jack to talk a little bit about the coding and the programming that they did.
So we've got a website that we posted at Tro-Trouble.org. We don't have all the data hookups. We've got the system built in Java. It's going to be feeding an API to the, it's going to have an API which feeds JSON to the Android app, which Chris will talk about. I'm going to pass this over to Jack for him to show you some of the pages that are here.
All right, so this is just the basic homepage with a link for anyone who wants to sign up, either a driver or a rider, so they can sign up to this system. Then we have the stations, which will be primarily for riders. They can type in the city name in search, and this is just some static data right here, but it'll come up with a list of basically buses departing from whatever city and what time they will depart at, as well as the MCs available. We have a little about page, some contact data for us on GitHub, and then this is for the drivers of the bus. They can add in the route that they take, as well as the number of seats available on the bus, and they can post that so any rider who wishes to sign up can eventually sign up. And then Chris is going to talk about the Android side of this.
Hi. As you can see, we published the app here on Google Play, and as of right now, it has a couple of screenshots. What the Tro-Trouble user is going to use is a map, and it's going to show a marker of where the actual Tro-Trouble vehicle is on the map. And when you click on that map icon, there'll be some default information in this case, but you'll get the destination of where that Tro-Trouble is going, the name of the driver, and you'll get the time that that driver left. And that's pretty much the gist of that.
Questions?
Hold on.
All right.
Almost. Andrew?
Yeah, question.
Any more questions?
First off, a really good project. I think you said it was geared towards the people of Ghana, or you modeled it based on the transportation of Ghana.
Yes.
How do you see the people of Ghana using this? Do they have access to a computer, or is it going to be a kiosk or something?
Yes, so, so we actually had a couple of sources of information. Here in the group, there's a gentleman from Ghana that we were able to speak to about the situation there, as well as a former supervisor for Ghana. And Zoe also has some contacts through school and other avenues with people in Ghana. So we were able to determine that there's a lot of cell phone use and a fair bit of computer use as well. So people have access to basic phones. There's a fair number of people in a variety of number of users for smartphones. And these stations in Ghana often will have a central location, central station where there may be a computer sort of coordinator, a dispatcher kind of person who has access to a computer and using a computer where they'll have access. Drivers will often have phones and perhaps even a smartphone because they have the income to afford access.
This is one of those apps that you kind of need users before people want to use it. So how do you plan to get this rolling?
Good, and yeah, that was one of the first questions that John had for us too. So again, one of the nice things about working with this Peace Corps Innovations Challenge is Peace Corps has a network and a system that they're setting up with these apps and has agreed to put these applications up on their sort of information exchange website to make that available to their networks and part of the Peace Corps volunteer training program for people who start to roll that out and use it, try it out. Zoe also has already reached out, and I think there's some people as we speak that are on the system and playing around with it, trying to field test it for us and get some feedback and start to spread this out.
This is not a question, just kudos for a really well-designed piece and good illustrations.
Dan, thank you for Dan for the demonstration. Man.
Could you say something about how this technology might help, might sort of evolve over time? At the moment, it looks like it would be great so you know where the Tro-Tro is coming or something like that. You know, when it will be arriving near you. It seems like it would be great to actually help aggregate information and to potentially create new stations or new opportunities where the Tro-Tro should go.
Yeah, so as was kind of referred to before, you know, this is a two-sided market. There's always kind of a chicken and the egg problem. But we feel like by providing some of this information, providing some of this capacity to the drivers, that they will be able to get a market and we can develop from there.